Robocop Gregory Rodrigues just kicked the door wide open and inserted his name right into the title picture. Fresh off a massive main event victory over Anthony Hernandez at UFC Sacramento, Robocop took the mic and immediately set his sights on the very top of the food chain, calling out former champion Dricus du Plessis. Rodrigues looked like an absolute monster in there, rocking Fluffy repeatedly with low kicks, body shots, and uppercuts before securing the unanimous decision and handing Hernandez his second straight loss. But the drama didn't end when the bell rang. Almost immediately after the fight, a frustrated Hernandez was already making excuses, heavily accusing Rodrigues of straight-up cheating during the bout, claiming Gregory was grabbing his gloves. Regardless of the saltiness from Fluffy, Robocop is moving on, and his call-out of DDP actually makes sense, as du Plessis just bounced back in a huge way himself, putting on a dominant, smothering performance to win a clean decision over Kamaru Usman at UFC Oklahoma City. Let's dive into what Fluffy had to say after his loss.
Was there any point where you were kind of talking to the ref? Because it looked like there might have been a couple of cage grabs.
I told Herb, this motherfucker grabbed my glove like 4 times, and I was like, hey, he's grabbing my gloves. And he told him, hey, stop. But, I mean, whatever, don't take a point, whatever, you know what I mean? I guess people like to cheat, so it is what it is.
I was going to ask you, I saw you had to kind of switch up your stance after that second round. Just take me through, working through that and, kind of fighting southpaw a little bit to kind of just keep yourself in that fight.
Basically I had to switch stances so my leg wouldn't get chewed up no more, and I actually did pretty okay for southpaw. I mean, I'm not the greatest southpaw. I can fight both ways. A long time ago, my coach Marinopo told me that you need to learn how to fight both ways just in case you get hurt, and son of a bitch, he was right.
Reinier de Ridder just made a massive statement in his return to the light heavyweight division, absolutely running through Roman Dolidze and securing a brutal first-round finish at UFC Sacramento. RDR is following the same path as Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker, permanently ditching the brutal weight cuts at 185 pounds to chase a fresh start in a heavier weight class. But even after a flawless debut at 205 pounds, de Ridder is completely shutting down the idea of running it back with one specific former rival. When asked about potentially crossing paths with Whittaker again in their new division, de Ridder was brutally honest, admitting that he desperately hopes the UFC matchmakers don't propose that fight. Even though they are both fighting heavier now, de Ridder is clearly still haunted by just how terrifyingly fast the Reaper was during their first clash, which RDR won by split decision. Let's dive into what de Ridder had to say about Whittaker and weight cuts.
Robert Whittaker. You fought him not long ago, and he's now in 205 as well. Yeah. So if UFC will propose you a rematch in new division.
I hope that they don't propose for now.
Why?
The dude is still so quick. Yeah, in the fight we had, it was one of the things that really amazed me, how quick he was with the 1-2 every time. That fight took a lot out of me. I had to dig really deep to win that fight. So if I can avoid that for a while, I'll be very happy. I think the amount of weight cuts is what messed me up, because you see this with all the guys who do big weight cuts like I did to get to 185. You can do it like twice a year, maybe 3 times a year, but more than that, it's just not possible. Everything goes to shit, your body goes to shit, your hormonal levels go to shit, everything goes into trash.
Jorge Masvidal just unleashed a rant aimed straight at referee Herb Dean, absolutely tearing into the veteran official for what he sees as wildly inconsistent performances inside the octagon. Gamebred aired out his frustrations, specifically pointing to moments where Dean has either stepped in way too early or let fighters take unnecessary damage by stopping bouts too late. He also called out the referee for completely missing blatant fouls, like hair pulling, during crucial moments of a fight. Masvidal's comments come right on the heels of Joe Rogan publicly praising Herb as the gold standard of MMA officiating. Masvidal made it clear he heavily disagrees with that take, saying he would love to sit down one-on-one with the legendary UFC commentator to debate exactly why Dean shouldn't be held up on that kind of pedestal. While remaining highly critical of the refereeing, Masvidal also gave a major update on his fighting future. He confirmed he's talking with the UFC about a potential return, but only if it's a massive fight against a big-name opponent. That immediately shuts down recent rumors linking him to Daniel Rodriguez, which Masvidal flat-out dismissed as fake news. He made it clear he'll only return for a true blockbuster matchup.
Herb Dean made me knock out Donald Cerrone twice. Go look. Let me take a shot at Herb Josh. I can't stand him ever, bro. When it comes to fighting, as a person, I ain't got no problem with him. But as a referee, go look at my fight and go look at the fucking madness he did in my fight too, as well.
What do you say when Joe Rogan calls him the gold standard?
The what?
When Joe Rogan refers to Herb Dean as the gold standard.
I don't know what he's basing that off. Because if you know, I would sit down and have a theological debate, discussion with anybody that thinks he's the gold standard. Okay, I'll bring up, you know, numerous incidents where I see inconsistencies, I see nervousness, and I see something that I really dislike in a referee is if they stop it too early, but also they stop it like way too fucking late. You know, like Herb Dean is known for stopping fights crazy late sometimes, or crazy early, and I don't like those things.
Michael Bisping is not impressed with the newly announced matchup between Arman Tsarukyan and Mauricio Ruffy. He pointed out that Benoit Saint-Denis was able to handle Ruffy with relative ease. And considering Tsarukyan is a significantly stronger grappler than BSD, the booking just doesn't make much sense for the lightweight division's top contender. While the Ruffy fight is officially on the books, Daniel Cormier recently revealed that this was never the original plan. According to DC, Arman personally told him that his next walk to the octagon was actually set to be a 5-round rematch against former champion Charles Oliveira. Unfortunately, that matchup fell apart behind the scenes due to Oliveira being forced to withdraw from the bout to mourn the recent passing of his close friend and longtime teammate, Alan Nascimento. With Charles stepping away from the fight, the UFC matchmakers had to scramble for a replacement to keep Tsarukyan on the card. That sudden pivot is exactly how the promotion ended up booking the Ruffy matchup, leaving fans questioning how much of a challenge the Brazilian prospect can actually offer a guy who was just gearing up for a 5-round war with a former champion.
He's taking on Mauricio Ruffy. Now, Mauricio Ruffy is a very dangerous guy. We saw him at the White House. He absolutely smoked Michael Chandler. And that was one-way traffic all day long. Against Rafael Fiziev at the start of the year, the man's been busy. This is the 3rd fight of the year, by the way. Against Fiziev, second round, knocked him out. I think it was a straight right hand, right? Beautiful shot, took him out. But before that, it was Paris. Benoit Saint-Denis. And Benoit Saint-Denis absolutely ragdolled him before getting a submission due to face crank in the 2nd round, right? And if Benoit Saint-Denis can ragdoll Mauricio Ruffy all around the place, then you better bet your bottom dollar that Arman Tsarukyan can. Now, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride for Arman Tsarukyan. We know back in the day, he punched a fan on the way to the octagon. That didn't go down too well. Then he gets a title shot, and he pulls out at the last minute, and Moicano steps in. Last time out, headbutts Dan Hooker, right?
Thanks for watching, fight fans. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.